Winning cures everything. Now for your hosts, Gary and Chris.
Welcome in. Winning cures everything. It is Wednesday, December 23rd, Christmas Eve, and it's been a minute. It's nice to be back doing the Winning Cures Everything stuff. The only videos that we have done lately, the only thing that we have recorded has been Sportsbook Review college football bowl videos, and a lot of those have been posted. You can go find them over on the SBR Picks YouTube page, or just go over to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. As for this show, you can find us at winningcureseverything.com, and make sure you are subscribed, etc. McKinnon jumps in already. It's a sad day to be an Auburn fan, boys.
McKinnon, this is the bed you made.
This is what you get, you know. And I'm not saying that, you know. What I'm saying is, I don't know.
Say it.
What I'm saying is, you knew what was going to happen with this coaching search.
No, you had a chance. You had a chance to have Hugh.
Yeah.
And then you got a booster, gets online, starts talking shit about Hugh, and you says, you know what? Screw you. I'll stay where I'm at. You can kiss my ass.
And I don't even know that it's necessarily that.
You left thinking, well, we're just going to keep the DC, and then, well, a bunch of people said, that's a really bad idea. I mean, we got a whole list of bad ideas. That's on the bad idea side.
Yeah, it is.
And then they said, okay, well, let's go get a real coach. And you had a chance at maybe one of the greatest leaders of men I've ever known in my life, in Sir William Clark. And Mr. Bill said, I think I'm interested in this job. That's a lottery ticket I'm holding here, and I think I'll cash that in. And they said, whoa, we want you to keep most of the staff, though. And Bill said, oh, you can go screw yourselves.
Yeah.
If I got to take this job, Auburn is already a meddlesome job as it is.
Do you know who the NFL team is that used to try and pull that crap?
Yeah, the Cowboys.
Well, the Cowboys.
The Cowboys did it to McCarthy this year.
Yeah, but who
Hey,
else?
We're going to fire Jason. We're literally keeping the entire staff. We just changed one guy out, and we expect things to be different.
You know what I just realized?
What?
I just realized that I did not change the title.
That's okay. Yeah, you did. It says, oh, no, it don't matter. Who cares?
Well, the issue is I don't think it's on YouTube.
Yes, it is. I'm reading it right now.
Okay, it's on YouTube. Okay.
We're live.
Okay, good.
Let's go.
Good. All right, so the other team is the Jets. The Jets did this. This is why Matt Rule didn't take the Jets job forever ago. Like, this is bad teams with a bad organizational leadership.
Yeah.
Want you to keep certain part. They want to maintain complete control over what else is going on. They just want you to come in and coach it.
So here's the other problem I've got, and I don't know how to fix it, okay? So this is where my heart goes out to McKinnon. McKinnon's not a booster, okay? He doesn't have millions of dollars, and he's not throwing this money around. He's not one of these assholes, but he's a fan. Yeah. What do you do? What are you supposed to do as a fan? So I have a little bit of this problem in the sense that at LSU, my team, got boosters going rogue. We got a school president covering up sexual assault stuff, and I'm trying to think, all right, like, I don't like this stuff, but I love this team. Like, is it okay for me to still love my team? Can I still love my team without me being an asshole?
Yes. I mean, because Penn State fans have been through that. Like, Penn State fans are good fans. It's just, you know, you're dealing with something that's way bigger than that.
Here's the thing that Penn State fans can't, that I will never do, that Penn State fans did do. Some of them. Obviously, not everybody. I paint with a broad brush here sometimes, and I don't mean to. But they all began to justify what certain individuals did that was wrong and horrible. And you can't do that. You just can't. I'm gonna tell you that I don't think any of this stuff is right. If you're bad, you're bad. If you know something's going on, you cover it up. But if somebody comes to you to tell you about something horrible, and your response to them is I'm really sorry that happened. We need to get the authorities involved, and then you don't want to do that, I don't know how to help you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to help you. I'm not trying to cover it up. I'm not trying to sweep it under the rug. you're McKinnon. You've got your AD out here trying to actually hold a coaching search, and you got boosters mucking the whole thing up, and everybody wanting to do their own damn thing because we all have a lot of money and we all want our voices heard. No. This is one of those situations where you leave the check and you walk the hell out and you let me do the job.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. So let's look. Akbar, by the way, said, I missed the show, guys. It's different without you. McKinnon said, buddy, I'm a Falcons fan and an Auburn fan. I effed myself a long time ago. Terry said, how y'all going to spend that big old stimulus $600? He said 600 tacos at Taco Bell. And then Brad's Crazy Life jumps in. Oh, poor Auburn. Why couldn't we have just kept Gus? Look, so that's the number one thing here, right, is our first topic of the day before we get into the NFL previews and whatnot. Auburn hired Bryan Harsin, the head coach at Boise State. But here's the deal. They got turned down by Bill Clark. They got turned down by Billy Napier. They got turned down by Brent Venables at Clemson. They got turned down. I mean, Mario Cristobal said, nah, I'm good, thank you. Like, Steve Sarkisian turned down the chance to interview. Now, part of that is because it's rumored he is going to get a $3.5 million a year contract to stay offensive coordinator at Alabama, and I think that he believes he's next in line to be the head coach. So, but either way, like the Auburn situation is exactly what we thought it would be and what it's always been. Remember, this is a school that hired Gene Chizik when he was coming off of a 5-19 2 years at Iowa State. They hired him because they could control him. They did the same thing with Gus Malzahn. They hired him because they could control him. They're doing the same thing here. They hired Bryan Harsin because he would agree to come in and let them keep the staff. This guy has no recruiting ties to the South whatsoever. He spent 1 year at Arkansas State. He was supposed to be the guy that came in and fixed the offense and modernized the offense for Mac Brown when he was at Texas. He didn't really do it, but it got him the Arkansas State job. You know, he spent 10 years with Chris Peterson at Boise State. Goes and takes the Texas job for, what, like 2 years? Didn't really do much, but, you know, whatever. And then turns that into the Arkansas State job for a year, and then gets Boise State as soon as Peterson leaves for Washington. Now, he's got wins, but that thing at Boise State was already built. Like, he took over for Gus Malzahn at Arkansas State. Hugh Freeze won 11 games. Gus Malzahn won 11 games. Bryan Harsin won 7 games. He went 7-5 in his year. And then turns back around, goes up to Boise, does a pretty good job. He's done okay. He's got no ties down here. He's got no recruiting footprint whatsoever. And if you're good at your job, it doesn't matter. You'll find a way to make it work regardless. If you are a rock star, if you know how to coach, right? It doesn't matter. However, a lot of people that we know up at Boise have been waiting for this day. They've been waiting to figure out what P5 team was going to be dumb enough to hire him because they don't think he's a good coach. But he's never been bad enough for them to fire him, right? That's the issue. So I have to wonder, like, what did Auburn want? Now, the reason Auburn fired Gus, according to everybody that I know, is because a lot of the boosters told him, hey, unless this guy is gone, we ain't giving you any more money. So if they are holding back their money, their funding and whatnot, because this one guy is there, but there was no stipulation to who the next guy was going to be. Like, there was a bit of a coup trying to get Kevin Steele the job. What? Like, what are we talking about?
Insane.
Like,
that's just insane.
So, but now it looks like they may try and keep Kevin Steele on staff with Harsin, and that don't work.
I'm telling you, that's why Harsin was hired. I guarantee you he got this job is because he was willing to keep Steele.
Yes.
He's willing to keep a lot of the staff.
Like, he wanted out of Boise in the worst kind of way, and that's why this worked. He wanted to get out. The emails came out because he was the one pushing to get Boise State out of the Mountain West Conference. Like, he wanted them out. He wanted to do things a different way. Like, and he's a little crazy. He's got a little bit of that crazy in him, and that's Auburn to a T. Like, it's perfect. They do things a little differently because they have to. So, you know, I do feel for Auburn fans.
Allowing your boosters to run off one of the best coaching candidates in the country, and that would have been a perfect fit for you, is just something that, as an athletic director, I would just stand up and say, you can't do this. You're just not allowed. You have to go.
Terry said, didn't Chris turn him down too? Like,
I would not have turned him down. I would have taken that check. I'd have taken that lottery ticket. I'd have cashed the hell out of it.
So, but Chris ain't worried about his reputation. Chris is just worried about the paycheck. And that's a.
What are you talking about? I got a great reputation.
I know you got a great reputation.
And I have one when I leave Auburn, too. I tell all those boosters, leave the check. Get the hell out of my office. You kiss my ass.
You think they'd let you do that?
What are they going to do? Fire me after I've already got the contract? Go ahead. Write that big. Now you're going to write a big-ass check. And then I'll just go home.
Just saying.
I mean, I'm going to do it my way. All right? Win or lose, I'm going to do it my way. Okay? Because I got to know when I put my head down at night, if I failed, it was because I cocked it up. Not because somebody tied my hands together and made me do it their damn way and it didn't work. And now that's got to go on my resume the rest of my life. Okay.
I think that would have been a smarter way to do it. Maybe that's what Harsin's going to try. He's going to come in. He's going to keep the staff.
Not if he's going to keep that staff. He's not. That's the problem. His hands are already tied to a defensive coordinator that he's not the worst defensive coordinator in the world. I think Steele's actually pretty good, but he's not a great recruiter. So if you don't have Harsin as a great recruiter, you don't have Steele as a great recruiter, who the hell's recruiting down there for you?
But he also believes, Kevin Steele does, he believes that he should have been the head coach, and he's got a little bit of an ego because, I've already been here.
But here's the problem is what makes him believe that he should have a Power 5 head coaching job with zero head coaching experience?
Well, no. He's got head coaching experience. Remember, he was at Baylor, and he went like 3-30 or whatever it was.
Okay, all right. I feel like this is Joe Moorhead all over again if you go with Kevin Steele. Okay, a guy that's never been a real head coach in his life, and the one time he does it for 5 minutes, he gets his ass whooped.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then all of a sudden, now you're qualified? I got the same qualifications you do, dumbass.
McKinnon said if Chad Morris is gone, we have a chance. And I would imagine he will be. Bryan Harsin's an offensive guy. Chad Morris does not fit his offensive philosophy. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Just because Chad Morris is he just got there. Last year was the first year of his deal. I just feel like these Auburn guys we're paying Gus $21 million. We ain't paying anybody else's buyout. We want Gus gone. We want a new head, and we think everything will be fine. And that's just not how this shit works. Now, you are 100% right about that. 100% right. Fools and more. And here's the thing. All I know how to do is tell guys like McKenna, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. You're a fan of a school that right now your boosters are controlling everything. I do find it funny. And I don't know how to fix that. As a guy without a voice and without the paycheck to walk in the door and say, here's my damn check. Tell these other blokes to hit the road. The national media that talks about this stuff, they love the hire because it's outside the box and this guy's a proven winner and blah, 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 all that mess, right? And I just don't see it. I can't, and it's not a biased thing. Like, I look at this the same situation as I would look at any other, like the Shane Beamer hire, right? Like, maybe it'll work. It won't be because of the way that it's structured. It won't be because of the way that it's set up. Like, if they catch lightning in a bottle, well, that's one thing. But this is not a long-term solution. This is not, like, Bryan Harsin has never dealt with what he's going to have to deal with at Auburn. He's just not. At Arkansas State, that's one thing, but he wasn't great at Arkansas State. Yeah. You know, you go into Boise, you are the big dog. You have got better players than everybody. And even then, yes, he was in 5 out of 7 Mountain West Conference title games. He won 3 of them in 7 years. But that place was stacked. If he hadn't done that, that would have been a complete failure. Yeah, but I'm also not gonna crap on him for his year at Arkansas State because at Arkansas State, by the time he got there, he was the third coach that was there on a 1-year deal, 1-year deal, 1-year deal, one and gone. It's almost impossible to recruit talent that way. Agreed. So if he was the second guy taking over an already built up great team, that's fine. By the time he got there, all the guys from Gus were gone. All the guys from Hugh were gone. And now he's left with a cupboard bare and nobody's been recruiting because these guys are one and done and out the door, one and done out the door. So it's just a situation where I get how the talent really isn't what it was the first 2 years. Yeah. No, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass on that, okay? I'm not holding his feet to the fire on that. And I think there's a world in which he can be a good coach. The problem is, this is the Cowboys all over again.
This is the entire coaching staff stays the same. We're just going to change one guy, and you think that that's going to change everything? What are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand it. McKinnon, by the way, said, also, I'm just glad Gus is gone at this point. Could have done worse with the head coach. Fortunately, I think it'll be bust or boom with this guy. He's either going to do absolutely horrible or he's going to be gold. Recruiting will be a bitch, though, especially in the SEC. I don't think it's boom or bust. I think you could be looking at another Gus Malzahn situation. This guy could routinely go 7-5, 8-4. And is that what they want? Probably not.
Yeah, but Gus did it with beating Alabama 3 times.
Yeah, like Gus was able to beat his rival. Like that is the game on the schedule every year. It's Georgia and it's Alabama. That's who you got to go against.
But I don't know that Hartline's going to be able to do that.
I don't think Harsin's going to be able to beat those two. At least not as routinely as Gus did. No. You know? Like I think Gus was a part of the magic that was happening in Jordan-Hare Stadium. Like that crazy, whatever stuff that goes on, that takes a coach that is willing to do some crazy things on offense.
Yeah, be a little crazy. I like Gus. I'm a fan of Gus. So
yeah, no, absolutely.
And I think Gus finally got to a point where he just didn't know what to do because at every turn he was being pushed by boosters.
Yeah.
And so you're going to tell me his failures there means he's not a good coach? Man, no. I think wherever he gets on next time, he's going to be great. Whether he takes a G5 head coaching job or if he takes an OC job at a big boy school, I think that offense is going to roll.
Hey,
I think it's going to greatly improve.
So I had a buddy text me and say, hey, what if Boise and Auburn just did a complete
swap?
Switch?
If Gus goes to Boise, now that would be a little fish out of water because he's about as Arkansas gets. Okay. Now, if there's ever been kind of a Southern school just in a place where it's cold, it's probably Boise. It's either Boise or Wyoming, Yeah. I mean, those are the two places he would fit in. But
I do think he would be a little fish out of water. I think he'd be super successful at first. I think the guy at Boise is going to be Kellen Moore.
I do too.
But I think
it's the worst kept secret on the planet, though, right?
It is, but so they've got a little bit of an issue right now because they don't have an AD right now.
Well, they got a more of an issue of, are we just hiring this guy because we're close to him and he knows us? This is what I think these schools are doing a bad job of. Quit bringing back guys that just used to be there. What have we seen? Not that I hate Kellen Moore. I like Kellen Moore. What he did at Boise as a player was a lot of fun, exciting. What in the hell has he shown in the NFL that he knows how to draw up offenses? Because they're not real good.
No, I mean,
and he's not going to have 3 all-world receivers.
It's not.
Okay?
So when
an all-world offensive line.
When Dak was there, it's not that the offense was the reason they were getting beat. Like that wasn't the problem.
But he's not going to have that much of a loaded talent at Boise.
No, you're right. Although it might still be more talent than the rest of the MWC.
We disagree there because I think San Diego's going up and I think San Jose's here. Now, San Jose loses their coach. That might drastically change.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that here in a minute, by the way.
But I think that conference is getting better, Gary. I think that conference is getting better.
It certainly is. I mean, Nevada, as long as Jay Norvell is there, San Jose State.
I just don't understand the love for Kellen Moore. All that talent Dallas had, and they've been bad the 2 years he's ran things. So
yeah, you might be right. Casey jumps in, by the way. We got to roll through some of these comments here. Casey, if healthy, I don't see anybody beating KD and Kyrie. It was one game. Like, come on, man. It's just one game. NBA has already started. Grizzlies play tonight, so there you go. Brown Yeti jumps in. Sup, fellas? Auburn wants to be Alabama, and they never will be. Well, I don't know that they want to be Alabama. They just want to have success on the same level as some of these other SEC teams. Like, they didn't feel like they had enough success under Gus, and that's why they made the change. Casey said Clemson plus 255 to win the championship. That is pretty good odds. 255, really? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I saw that earlier today, and I probably put a little piece on that.
That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. David Savinell jumps in. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. Terry called you a dirty whore for taking that check.
But listen, I'm going to do the very best I can. You're going to get all of me you can get.
And you're still going to have to make sure that there's fundage in that check.
You got to pay my ass. No. And if I don't win and you sign me for a 3-year deal, you're going to owe me all 3 of them. We not negotiating no buyouts. No.
Nope.
You're paying me the full boat, brother.
Hey, Blake said, I'm late to the party, but does Cam come back to New England or do we go with the draft quarterback?
Hell no.
Cam ain't coming back.
Coming back to New England? Cam is not going to play football ever again.
Terry said, I just got community standard for saying that Chris, now I'm in Facebook trouble, might end up in jail. So apparently calling somebody a whore on Facebook gets you in trouble.
Oh, man, don't be doing that. You can call me a whore. You should be able to call people whores.
That's kind of what I think.
I say it all the time on this show. What do you think the College Football Playoff Committee is? A bunch of whores? What do you think Fox is? What do you think ESPN is? Whores. They whore themselves out for ratings.
All the time.
All the time. They put on dog shit football games that nobody wants to see, but one school is really, really big. And they're going to line them up and let them beat up some pup because it gets a lot of numbers.
Brown Yeti said, if I'm Boise's AD, I'm getting Gus on the phone now. Matt Miller said Boise's first call will be Kellen Moore. Casey said, I'm so glad Trevor is going to the Jaguars instead of the Jets. Let's see. He said whoever gets Kyle Pitts is getting the next Tony Gonzalez. The Cowboys would be dumb to pass that up. Cowboys need a quarterback. Like, it doesn't matter who you got.
There's a chance they might just pay Dak.
I mean, I guess it's possible. Brown Yeti said Idaho was just Western Arkansas. He's kind of right about that.
Idaho might be up there too. I had one homie in Boise, but that little world up there, there's a little bit of that. I don't even know what section of the country you call that.
It's not the Pacific Northwest.
No, it's not the Pacific Northwest. I wouldn't even call it the Northwest, but I guess that's what it would be.
The North Midwest.
No, it's not that. This is weird.
It's strange.
You got the good country folk.
Matt Miller, by the way,
Montana
said Kyle Pitts is Darren Waller, not Tony Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez could actually block. Kellen Moore definitely underachieved at Dallas, says Casey. He said Bama is minus 169. I think them and Clemson will be damn close. Give me Clemson plus 255. Brown Yeti said, as a Mississippi State fan, I will take beating Alabama once every 3 years, so Auburn should shut up. Well, yeah, if you're state,
I've been saying that forever. By the way, saying that forever.
Yeah. Matt Miller said, I heard Magic City has some great wings and some good, and he had to spell out whores. So, yeah, just to make sure you don't get in Twitter jail. McKinnon said, you know what I've been thinking about? Dak to the Falcons for trade capital and either Julio or Ryan, maybe both. I'd be cool with it. Well, there's no, you'd have to do a sign and trade, and at this point, Dak doesn't have to re-sign with Dallas.
Nope.
He can just go wherever he wants to go.
That's right.
So, Casey jumping in about the committee picks the playoff teams based on ratings, not games, not eye tests, not championships. Quote from Teddy Covers. We've been screaming.
That's what makes them whores.
Yeah, that's what we've been screaming. We've been talking about this for years now.
They work solely for money.
Yeah.
They whore themselves out for money.
Keeping on the college football head coaching changes, Arizona is hiring Jed Fish, who is the quarterback's coach from the New England Patriots. He's only been there for 2 years. I mean, you're a New England fan. What thoughts here?
I immediately want to dismiss this because I don't know what it means. But the last 2 coaches hired out of Bill Belichick's tree have turned out to be pretty good. And it's not that they were ever great at the thing that they did. It's just the way they run their teams is different than all the guys that came to New England and left before. They run them with fire and with passion and the expectation that we are going to fight for every inch in every game, meaningless or not. And the players all seem to really imagine this: highly competitive individuals, highly competitive men want to fight and compete. Who'd have thought? Right? All these analytic guys come in here and they try to brain up the place. And you know what? Most of these guys do. They just want to go out there and they want to hit somebody. They want to break the will of the guy in front of them.
Yeah.
And that's what I have seen from the last 2 coaches that I didn't really think would be great. And I think they're both greatly above what I expected. Flores could be great. Judge got a lot to prove, but doesn't have a lot of talent. And those guys were fighting like hell before it finally just
they are fighting.
Really fell apart on them.
Yeah, they are absolutely fighting for him, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing. I do wonder about this one because he's only had 1 year of college coaching experience. He was the offensive coordinator at UCLA for 1 season. He has been in the NFL otherwise. Like he's just.
I'm not worried about that. I'm no longer worried about that. I now know you can hire recruiters, you can hire staff guys to do those jobs. I think if you can get somebody with professional background at the college level, especially at a low level college level like Arizona, where the expectations aren't extremely high.
Yeah, they're not crazy.
I think you take that guy.
I do think this is funny.
Nobody knows more about the game than guys who've competed in the NFL.
I agreed with that, and I think a big part of this. Matt Miller said, it's Arizona. Who are they going to get? Well, Brent Brennan was up for the job, the San Jose State coach.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad he didn't take it because I don't know that he would have been great there. But what he's done at San Jose State is amazing. He's going to have a lottery ticket if he can run this thing back next year.
Yeah, and I don't know that they go undefeated next year. But
well, they don't have to. But I'm just saying, if they win 9 games next year in a standard 12-game season, I think he's going to have a hell of a shot to run it back and cash a lottery ticket in.
I do agree with that. I found it funny because they hired an NFL guy, and Arizona State, of course, hired Herm Edwards and brought in Marvin Lewis. So,
I think that's what they saw is they were like, we kind of need guys who have done this at a real professional level. And yeah, so
I'm with you. All right. By the way, Louisiana Monroe hired Terry Bowden today.
That's the weirdest ass hire I've ever seen.
But I don't know who ULM was going to hire. Terry Bowden has been a graduate assistant for Clemson the last 2 years. Now, he coached at, Akron for 6 years. It took him to their first bowl game in forever. He did okay up there. It's tough to win at Akron. Aside from that, he was at, North Alabama, I want to say. And he took them to the FCS playoffs multiple times. He was at Auburn, took Auburn to an undefeated season. All sorts of different things. So, interesting hire. We'll see what it means, but who knows? Let's move into NFL Week 17, and let's discuss our preview. It is 17, right?
Yeah, let's just hit a few. No, this is 16. 16.
It's 16. Okay, yeah. So I'm not crazy.
Let's just hit a few of these games. We don't need to hit all these games.
All right, let's see. Do we need to hit Vikings and Saints? That's Christmas Day.
I don't care. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so we're not going to spend long on it, but, at Saints minus 7.5, Drew Brees is back. He looked okay against the Chiefs, I thought. He's still not.
I didn't think he looked very good, but that's fine.
That's what I'm saying. He's not great. He's an old man that's recovering from rib injuries. I think Vikings are still fighting a little bit. I think the Vikings are going to be able to run the ball on the Saints a little bit. I think 7.5 is too many. So I would take the Vikings here.
Yeah, I kind of like the Vikings in this situation too. My issue is the Saints defense has stepped up their game the last couple of weeks, and are they going to be able to bottle up Cousins and make him look bad? If Cousins turns the ball over a bunch, the Vikings have no chance.
Agreed.
At all. If they run the football and control Cousins, then I actually give the Vikings a fighting chance to maybe win this thing.
I agree. Saturday games, are there any that we need to hit? Bucks, Lions, 49ers, Cardinals, Dolphins.
Anyone
Raiders.
you want. We just don't need to hit all of them. I don't care.
Let's talk Dolphins.
No. Listen, there are no great games this week.
Agreed.
There's one great game. It's the Sunday night game. Outside of that, there's not another game that we need to quote unquote hit.
Let's talk Dolphins Raiders. That's the Saturday night game. Dolphins are a 3-point favorite on the road. The Raiders don't look good. I don't know what has happened there. I know they fired their defensive coordinator, but things were bad before that. I obviously am going to roll with the Dolphins here because Brian Flores has got that bunch fighting. They have got a real shot at 11 wins.
They have to keep winning.
Yeah,
they are actually fighting for a playoff spot. This Raiders team has quit. I haven't seen a team quit on a coach in a long time in the NFL. Man, they have absolutely quit.
It looked like there was a little bit of fight with them in the Chargers game. But, man, the way they lost that game, I
don't know, man. That Chargers team is bad.
That's what I'm saying.
The fact that it was a tight, close fighting game, that just means you got two scrubs beating up on one another.
Yeah, the fact that
that's two bad football teams.
This is Dolphins -3, and I'm riding Miami. I'm absolutely riding Miami. Sunday. All right, so we'll start off in the noon slate. Colts -1.5 at the Steelers. It opened at Steelers -3 and has been bet all the way through 0.
Nope. Nope. And nope.
Nope.
It has not been bet that way. The books have just moved it that way.
Okay.
The line, it's been 50. I've watched this line ever since it opened.
Okay.
This has stayed about 50-50 the whole ride.
Yeah, it's 56% for Indianapolis right now, 44% for Pittsburgh.
At no point in time has it been more than like 65%. So that doesn't move lines that much.
Okay.
This is the book said we have a wrong number.
Okay. So let me get your thoughts here. This is one of my gambling picks. What are your? I mean, obviously the Steelers look like complete garbage on Monday night.
This is one of mine as well. I think the Steelers lose out. I said it a couple of weeks ago when they lost to the football team that there's a world where they lose out. They'll probably beat Cincinnati, but after that, I think they're done. They cannot run the football at all on anybody, and they cannot throw the ball farther than 12, 13 yards. So you can basically put everybody in a box, the whole damn defense in a box, and say, this is all we got to defend right here. That's it. And that makes it real hard. Ben looks worse than I've ever seen him look. They really might be better off with Duck or
Mason Rudolph.
What's his ass? Mason. They really might be better off with one of those
It's
guys.
entirely possible. Like, this is one of those that seems so easy. I'm going to take the Steelers because 3 straight losses and they have played like complete garbage. 2
losses to 2 of the worst football teams in the league.
Yes. And this is one of those spots where
definitely the 2 worst offenses in the league. That you're talking about 32 and 31 in offense. Lost. Just beat you.
Yeah.
That's bad, man.
I agree. It makes no sense, which is why I think that it is likely to happen where the Steelers get this win at home. And it would be something like Phillip Rivers throwing, 3 interceptions or whatever, right? I do think, like, obviously the correct play is the Colts.
No, I think the Colts are going to manhandle them. I think they're going to bully them, and I think they're going to win this game pretty easily. I think this team is done.
Brian Yeti said anyone else lost the feed, and then Casey said I think the Steelers will beat the Browns next week or in week 17, but the Browns are going to go to the AFC Championship. Terry said can use Mason. He will throw those comments out and get his head bashed in again. Yeah. Look, I think that it is possible that the Colts lose this game, but, obviously looking at how the 2 teams are playing, the Colts are the right side, like 100%. Like,
the Steelers team is done. I mean, they look like they have quit.
Yeah,
which is weird. They were 11-0, and
and now you're sitting at 11-3, and you might end up with like a wild card.
And the last 2 teams you got to play are looking pretty good. Are playing really good football.
Yes. You are correct about that.
The two teams you should have beat are 2 of the worst teams in football, and you just got beat by them. I don't know how you come back from that.
I don't see another game in the noon slot that we would need to hit. I mean, do we need to talk Giants, Ravens?
Nope.
All right. 3:05. We got Broncos, Chargers.
That game is worthless.
Rams at the Steelers. Rams at Seattle. The Seahawks.
We'll talk about that. This game is going to matter. This game is going to determine the winner, I think, of the West.
The West. So it's a pick 'em at one spot, and everywhere else it is Seattle -1. I do like Seattle in this spot, especially at home. But man, the Rams have kind of had their number a little bit. It feels like maybe I'm. Like, the Rams, obviously, like, they lost to the Jets last week. I wonder if that might have been a look-ahead spot, or I don't know how much to put into that.
It's not a look-ahead thing. It's a what Jared Goff are you going to get, okay? Because this guy is, when he's on, he's a pretty good quarterback. When he's off, he's as bad as any quarterback in the league.
That's fair.
And it's amazing they gave him the deal they gave him, that he is going to make the money he's making. He's just not good. He's not close to worth what they're paying him.
I agree. Ryan, by the way, jumps in. He said, Rams going to win. Seattle O-line is bad. And then
Seattle O-line is bad.
Yeah. Casey said, don't put anything into the Jets win. And I agree with that. So
No, I think you can throw that game out. I'm not worried about that. I still think this is a close game. I think it's a coin flip game all the time. I need to know that DK's healthy if I'm going to take Seattle.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I mean, if I had to take a pick, I would go Rams here. I trust their defense, and I don't trust Seattle's.
I would in this pick 'em spot, I'd take the Seattle just because I trust Wilson way more than Goff. But that's it. That's just it.
Hey, Ryan said, I didn't see you guys live with Donnie at the Steelers game. Were we supposed to be live with Donnie?
We weren't live with Donnie at the Steelers game.
Yeah, no, we tuned in and watched. But no, we were not.
We jumped in with them for one half of one Monday night game a long time ago. That was it.
Ravens and Chiefs back forever ago.
We haven't been invited back since.
I don't know what that says about us, but
I can take a hint. I get it. It's okay.
Eagles and Cowboys. Cowboys are a 2.5-point underdog at home. I kind of like the Cowboys here because I do think that the Eagles are trash, but
I think the Eagles are getting by on just, I don't know. I'm with you. I kind of do like the Cowboys.
It's Andy Dalton, of course, playing like they haven't been awful the last, however many weeks. They did look good against the 49ers. Of course, that is a beat up 49ers team. McKinnon said, I'm out, gents. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Hey, Merry Christmas to you as well.
Later, McKinnon.
Casey said that the Eagles are going to win the division.
That's not happening.
I don't think so. I think the football team might have that thing pretty wrapped up.
I've got a ticket on the football team. They're winning this week. They're winning the division.
Who's the football team got this week?
They got the Panthers, baby. Ron Rivera revenge game.
Yep, 100%. 63%.
Gambling pick of mine.
63% of the tickets on Carolina.
Yeah, that means
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Don't bet against Ron. Now, I will tell you that the football team might go into this game without a quarterback because there's a world in which Haskins is the only quarterback healthy enough to play, and they might bench him.
They really might. They really might. That whole the strip club thing, man. Like you already having issues. Like nobody wants you anyway, and you gonna go do dumb stuff.
This is a guy that just can't get right.
No, not at all. Like everybody wondered what the issue was. I think we found it out. Like, I don't know that it's always been strip clubs.
No, but he just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
The issue is he does not care about football.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about his job. He doesn't take it serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the NFL, if you want to compete, you have to sacrifice.
Ryan said Eagles are going to win. Both defenses are bad, but the Eagles have a strong front four. I will take the better quarterback, and I think Andy Dalton is the better quarterback.
Yeah, I do too. I think what Jalen Hurts is doing is a nice story. I think it's sweet, and I think it's fun. And I think they'll be able to put up some yards on them. But I also don't think – listen, this Eagles secondary might be the worst in the league. All right?
Yeah.
And you got 3 wide receivers that are going to get wide ass open all day long. Andy Dalton. I don't know how they stop them. It's a bad secondary. That front 7, that strong front 4 better be real damn strong.
Agreed. Casey said Jalen Hurts is way better than Andy Dalton.
Nah, it sounds like a guy that's watched 3 games of Jalen Hurts, and that's it.
Yeah. I've watched Jalen Hurts for, this will be 5 years now?
5. I was just about to say, we've seen a lot of him.
Yeah.
What you saw at Oklahoma is a complete mirage, and that's it.
Well, but even then, it's not like he was making great throws.
No, did it all with his legs. That's what he's doing with the Eagles, though. He's doing it all with his legs.
Yep, you are correct. Sunday Night Football, Titans and the Packers. Packers are a 3.5-point favorite at home. And this is the Titans going up against Matt LaFleur in that bunch.
This is the best game of the weekend.
I agree.
Sunday night, NBC got the best game, and it ain't close.
I felt Casey said he's been balling with a horrible team. He's been balling because nobody has seen him yet. Now you got
hang on. He's been balling with a horrible team. That's right. At some point in time, terrible teams start turning back into terrible teams.
Yeah, and it'll continue.
Yes.
He's Jalen Hurts.
They're only going to get worse the more they get found out.
I love Jalen Hurts as a person.
Yep.
I don't think he's a good quarterback. I think he'd be a better running back than he is a quarterback.
Yeah.
Just what it is. Casey said Titans money line. Ryan said Packers are going to score on every drive. Well, the issue with that is that the Titans might as well. The Titans have scored more points than any other team in the NFL this year.
Let me tell you how this game's going to go down, okay?
I would love to hear it.
The Packers cannot stop the run at all. All right. And now, normally, they got the mystique of Lambeau. They get the frigid cold of a December night game in Lambeau, right? Let me tell you what sucks. Hitting somebody who's real big, strong, and fast when it's cold outside, okay? Derrick Henry is already the hardest person in the world to tackle, as is. You put him in 20-degree weather and put a rock in his hand, when you hit him once or twice, you won't hit him the rest of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just won't. The Packers do not have anybody on defense that will lay the lumber and make Henry hurt. Make him wish, man, and maybe I don't stick my head into that hole again. They don't have that guy. No, they are as soft of a run defense as you can find in the league. Derrick Henry is going to eat them alive. And while Aaron Rodgers has been unbelievable this year, his wide receivers have dropped balls all over the place. They don't get open. It makes it real hard for him. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a couple of drives where they're not going to score because they just cock it up. They just make mistakes.
Terry said, you mean when Henry hits you and stiff arms you in the next week, it's going to hurt?
Yeah. No. Yeah, that stiff arm, yeah, he's punching the fool out of somebody.
Oh, yes. Casey said Packers lose the last 2 games. The Bears make the playoffs. And then Ryan said take the over on the Packers game. The total there is 56, and I do agree that that's not enough.
I do agree. Yeah, I think that total is so low because it's Lambeau, real cold. It's supposed to be real cold, and everyone thinks, oh, the weather's gonna get to them. Man, I don't know if the weather's gonna get to them. The one team that looks like they're built to play in the snow is not the team that plays in the snow.
Birdie said, if the Titans are not careful, they're one hamstring pull from the season being over. Cold weather.
Well, yeah, no, hang on now. They've been married to Henry forever. If they're not careful, that's their entire offense. Their whole season's that way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If he goes down, the season goes in a crapper, and nothing you can do about that. But you got to win. You got to keep playing. They're fighting for a spot.
Yes, you got to win this game. Like, that's it. Like, especially, I mean, they'll know if the Colts win, like, you got to keep winning. So they get the tiebreaker as long as they keep winning. So
but Birdie asked, why does this game matter? Because the Titans are still fighting.
Yeah, you're still fighting for a division title.
Yeah. So here's the other.
Birdie
here's
said
the
they're
other
in
thing.
the playoffs. It's like but
no, but the seeding is a thing, man. This is the other part. This is the 4th best team in the AFC, maybe 5th best team in the AFC. If they beat the number 1 team in the NFC, that's going to be a pretty damning statement for the NFC going forward. If you're looking at playoffs and Super Bowl matchups, there aren't a whole lot of matchups where I would take the NFC over the AFC right now at all.
I agree. Birdie said, what does the division get you? A home game with no crowd? Come on, morons. Laughed my ass off. I couldn't resist. Hey, Birdie. Come on, man.
Now, I know home field hasn't mattered at all, but you want to win your division. You'd rather play a wild card team that's a lesser team than play a better team. This is not the NFC where it's better to be the 5th seed where you get to go play the winner of the NFC East. All right. Yep. You want to play the lesser team.
Agreed. Brown Yeti, the only way I'm tackling King Henry is once he's in the end zone and we're dogpiling. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, Zamora jumps in and said, Juju said, I'm going to stop dancing on team logos because I don't want to keep losing. He wanted to stop getting his ass knocked off. Who would have thought the Cincinnati Bengals would have been the one to say, you know what? We can put a stop to this shit right now. Oh, 100%.
And they did, too. First quarter, first couple of plays, first drive, he got a little screen pass because that's all they can throw is 4 yards down the field, and that's it. And so you just wait for him to catch it and knock the shit out of him. Clean hit, and they did, and that ball went flying.
Yes, it did. He got knocked clean out.
Yeah, he going to stop dancing because while I'm growing up. No, you don't want to get your ass knocked off. That's what happened.
Terry said we're going to get some good memes out of this game. Henry's going to be throwing guys all over the field.
I think so. I really do. This is just one of the reasons the Packers' run defense is bad. It's not because these guys aren't good football players. It's not because they're good athletes. They don't hit. They arm tackle everybody, and you can't arm tackle. Even mediocre running backs run on them because you can't arm tackle anybody in the NFL. Yeah. You have to hit them, wrap them up, and get them off of their feet.
It's true. Carlos said Steelers are frauds, just like Chris has been saying all year.
All year, baby. If I spot them 11-game head start and they miss the playoffs, I ain't letting them live that shit down the rest of my life.
Let's talk about the Monday night game right quick before we get into our picks.
All right.
Bills
it's a bad football game, by the way.
Bills -7 at the Patriots. Is it a bad game?
Hell yeah, it's a bad game.
It went from 4.5 up to 7, and I think that's right.
I think it's not enough.
The Bills have been playing a lot. I don't think it's enough either. So last week I really thought the Patriots would put forth a little bit of a in effort against the Dolphins. I thought they had a better chance to beat the Dolphins than they do at home of beating the Bills. Yep. And yet they still didn't show up in that game. Is New England just done? Like I feel like
it's not that they're not showing up, Gary. Not wanting to, not fighting like hell. They don't have the ability.
That's what's crazy to me.
That's when I tell you Cam Newton will not play football ever again the rest of his life. Cam Newton is not playing football ever again the rest of his life.
He's bad.
He's just not good at it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's insane. Like the ability.
He was on a 1-year prove it deal, and he didn't prove it.
He didn't prove nothing. Nothing. So, I don't think there's much to talk about here. I think Buffalo -7 is like the steal of the century. Like it just seems.
I'm gonna tell you this too. Josh Allen might be playing himself into that MVP race. So he had a great first 4 or 5 weeks of the season, lulled out in the middle of the season. He is finishing the last 4 weeks of the season like crazy, though, man.
Hey, so I had a tweet earlier that somebody put out. Let's see. So Josh Allen talking about completion percentage, and I just wanted to bring this up because of how important it shows. Let's see. I had it, and I don't know where it went. So it's very. I know I posted it. I know it did. His completion percentage is, there it is right there. So when he was on JV at Fireball High School in 2011, his completion percentage was 59.5%. It never got that high again until this season. So he was at 50.8% when he played high school in 2012. 2013 high school, 57.4%. At Reedley Community College, he was 49%. His 2 years at Wyoming were both 56%. His first year with the Bills, 52% completion percentage. Last year with the Bills was 58%. This year, he is at 68.7% completion percentage, and having a wide receiver that can go get the football is the most important thing for a quarterback with accuracy issues.
But here's the problem is one of those guys, Diggs, can go get the football. Cole Beasley is not a go get the football guy. Cole Beasley is a slant precision route kind of guy, and Cole Beasley has been every bit of the success in that offense as Diggs has.
Do you know what opens up those slants?
Yeah, I do.
It's Diggs. It completely changes it.
No, I know Diggs takes the pressure off, but you still got to hit Cole. Yes, Cole doesn't have the ungodly hands or crazy breakaway speed. No, you still have to hit those accurate throws, man. He's gotten more accurate. He's just gotten better. He has improved everything about how he throws the football.
I agree with you. I don't think he's improved it like 10%. I think that when it opens up those slant lanes, right? Like for him to be able to get through for Beasley, he can put it out there and just put it in front of Beasley. Like he doesn't have to be super, super accurate, but his timing has gotten significantly better. So I do think he has improved in that respect. However, the biggest part of this is having Diggs. Like Diggs opens up everything. It's just insane. He's got a good running game. He's got the play action works.
Hang on now. Whoa, now. That running game is good because of him, though.
I agree.
Because he gets just as many rushing yards as his running backs.
This is true. This is true.
So I mean, I'm telling you, this guy, you and me, we were wrong on him.
Yes. No. Absolutely.
The only quarterback I wanted out of this whole damn draft was Lamar Jackson, and I didn't want to touch any of the rest of them. I wouldn't have drafted any of them, a lot of them, much less drafted them where they got drafted at. He's the one I was wrong on.
Yes. Akbar, by the way, said everyone's down on the Patriots. Imagine if they come out and eat the Bills like a fish.
I would love to see it. God, I'd love to see it. Please let it happen. I'm just telling you, Bills not magic. Cam's that bad.
Yeah, there is nothing that we have seen from the Patriots this year that would show that that's a thing. Casey said Josh Allen is a top 5 quarterback. I
agree with that.
I think
I agree with that.
Brown Yeti said, I'd feel like Ted Nugent riding in on a bison on stage with the way the Bills are playing. Yeah,
man.
Casey said
they should be excited, Buffalo.
Casey said Zach Moss is underrated. He certainly is.
Yes.
Let's see. Patriots have given up. Take the Bills with the points. I don't know that
the Patriots haven't given. That's an insane statement. They haven't given up.
They're just not good.
Not good.
Yeah.
Why is that the case?
Casey, by the way, said Patriots cover.
Man, I don't think there's a chance in hell. I don't. And now here's the thing. Bill's got to call in one of them crazy-ass nor'eastern. They get 42 inches of snow during this game. I give my Patriots a chance to keep it within 7.
Yep. Doesn't mean they're going to win.
That's it. We gonna need him to call up the gods of thunder and lightning again.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Oh, Restream, by the way, congrats. We got 100 messages today on the chat, so we appreciate that.
There you go.
Casey said Cam runs for over 100 yards in this game. I don't think so.
I don't know, man. That Bills defense is getting a little better. Here's the problem. The Patriots being one-dimensional, I like good defenses to shut down one-dimensional teams.
I agree with
I
that.
could be wrong. I really hope that I'm wrong.
Oh, I know you do. Ron said Chris is a Patriots fan. He said no wonder he hates Cam Newton. Ryan hadn't been in for long, apparently.
Oh, yeah. No, Ryan. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
and here's the thing. You don't have to be a Pats fan to know Cam ain't no good.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to watch these games. We're all going to get to see it because it's on prime time on Monday night. The whole world's going to see how shitty Cam Newton is at football.
You are 100% right about that. All right. Let's dive into our picks. You ready to knock these out?
Yeah, let's go fast.
All right, we certainly will. I'll start us off. I'll go, then you'll go, and then I'll go, then you. All that kind of mess. I will take the Ravens minus 9.5 against the Giants. I know the Giants have been fighting like crazy. However, the Ravens understand right now that this is win or go home type stuff. I think the Ravens have a significantly better team, a significantly better defense, better offense, better everything. Lamar has been playing really, really well lately. I will take the Ravens to cover 9.5.
Taking one of your picks, the Dolphins against the Raiders. I like betting against teams that quit, and the Raiders have quit.
I like it. Give me the Bucks minus 9.5 at the Lions. We don't even know if the Lions are going to have a defensive coach. Like, we have no idea. Not to mention the fact that the Bucks are in playoff mode. Like, it's time to shit or get off the pot. I think Tom Brady and that bunch, especially in the dome up there, they're going to be just fine. So I will take the Bucks to cover 9.5 there.
I'm going to take the Colts against your Steelers minus 1.5. I think they're the better football team. I think they're going to win. I think the Steelers are losing out and missing the playoffs.
I am going the opposite direction there. I'm going Steelers plus 1.5. This seems way too obvious. It seems like the line should be much more than that. I don't know why the Steelers would even be close to a pick 'em here. I do still like this the Steelers secondary, and I know that Phillip Rivers every now and then can go a little colorblind, forget what jersey he's throwing to, all that kind of stuff. And I think that a situation like that could definitely get the Steelers a win here. They need it in the worst way possible. They have played like complete garbage for 3 straight weeks. This could be the get right game that nobody sees coming. I'll take the Steelers plus 1.5.
All right, made it clear earlier. Best game of the weekend, but I still think the Titans come out on top. And even if they don't, I love getting the 3.5. Give me that hook. I think this is going to come down to a field goal game. Titans, Packers, last team to get the ball might win this thing. And I'll take the team that gets to start off with a head start.
Everything you just said is exactly why I'm doing the same thing. Titans plus 3.5 here. The Packers can't stop the run. So
they just can't. And this is the one team. There's 2 teams that you cannot play this year if you can't stop the run. And it's my Browns and it's the Titans. That's the list. Everybody else, you can kind of figure something out. But if you can't stop the run, the Browns are going to beat you to death, and the Titans are going to beat you to death. That's just the way it is.
Absolutely.
Speaking of my Browns, I'm going to lay the 9.5 against the Jets. I think the Jets got the monkey off their back last week. They got a little taste of victory. They don't get to go 0-16. I think they're excited about that, and I think that's good. This is a team that the Browns are going to run all over on, okay? And I think they're going to beat them to death.
Hey, Ryan said, why, Gary? He said, Big Ben can't throw down the field, and they have no running game. Yeah, I understand all of these things, man. Yeah. I know all of them. That's what I said. It doesn't make any sense, but we see this shit every week in the NFL. Like, it is what it is. Last one for me, I'm going to take the Cowboys plus 2.5 against the Eagles. I will take the better quarterback. I will take the better passing game. The Eagles won't be able to keep up with the Cowboys here. That's my thoughts on it. Like, I understand the Eagles have a good, front seven in the second, or I can't think, on defense. I understand the Eagles have a good front four on defense. I get that. However, what we have learned in the NFL is you don't have to have a good offensive line. Like, you can get the ball out fairly quickly, and with all the weapons that the Cowboys have got, they've kind of started rolling under Andy Dalton. I'll take them. 100%. So give me the Cowboys plus 2.5.
My last pick is the football team minus 1.5 at home against the Panthers. Ron Rivera revenge game. I have no idea who's going to be quarterback. If you're in the DMV and you think you can throw the ball, so practice tomorrow. Maybe they'll let you in. But I'm going to tell you, this defense is going to bottle up the Panthers pretty badly. And I think this team fights for Ron. I really do. I think I haven't seen an NFL team play like a college team where they just support their coach and get behind their guy more than the football team has all year. Okay. And this is the team that fired him. And I think it's going to be so sweet. They win this game and they take a pretty good lead going into that division.
Terry, by the way, jumped in. Haskins just removed his team captain and fined $40,000 for the strip club run. Yeah, I saw that. I'm watching Louisiana Tech and Georgia Southern right now. It popped up on the screen. I did not even realize that he was a team captain. That's kind of crazy.
Well, he shouldn't have been.
Yeah. I think before the season, like they had kind of put him in as that. I guess the players vote for that. But Casey says Panthers money line, Eagles money line, and then he said Bears are a lock. Damian said, funny how Big Ben can run with a motorcycle, but can't run on the field. Let's see. Carlos Gomez, off topic, but David Montgomery is good at football. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's
They should tell Nagy that.
Yeah.
Somebody tell Nagy David Montgomery's good at football.
And then Akbar said, Jets put a dagger in my heart with that win. I need the Browns to annihilate them.
Well, they're going to.
I think we don't have anything to worry about with that.
Yeah.
So, all right. Is there anything else we need to cover?
Nope, that's it.
Wonderful. All right, you guys have been fantastic. We are not going to be doing a show on Christmas Day. We'll be back next week. We got a lot more SBR bowl videos that we've got to knock out for next week and whatnot. So there will be a lot going on next week, of course. Probably going to get back to a semi-regular schedule next week for Winning Cures Everything. Chris and I are going to try and figure out the schedules and whatnot because it has been a complete cluster this week so far with my internet and all that. That, by the way, that is what's going on here at the house. When we don't have shows, a lot of it is because Xfinity is awful. My internet has, like, I was without internet for 6 hours yesterday. So it's just been bad. And I've gotten new routers and all sorts of stuff. There's no fixing it.
It's not your equipment, man. I'm telling you.
It's not the equipment. It's just the service.
It's them folks. You got to fire them.
But the problem is I don't have another option. Like, where I live, this is the option. This is it. So I would love to have fiber like Chris has, but I don't have it yet. So we will get there eventually. But either way, Damian said Nagy and Pace need to go ASAP. Yeah,
find a window, Damian. I'll throw them out if you open the window.
There you go.
Oh, we don't have to open it. We can just both throw them out and break the plate glass.
The biggest issue with Chicago right now, if we go up there, we got to wait 14 days to be able to do it.
No, we don't. Listen,
all right.
I'm not a rule follower.
I know you're not. All right, let's get out of here. SBRpicks.com/NCAAF is the website. You can search out SBR Picks on YouTube. All of our bowl videos, all of our bowl articles, all that kind of mess is over there. Make sure you are subscribed on that channel. Make sure you are subscribed right here. And make sure that you subscribe to the podcast. Sometimes we will put stuff out on the podcast that you don't get on YouTube or Facebook or Periscope or whatever. So make sure you are subscribed there and leave a nice 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts. We would certainly appreciate that, and it helps us out. Damian said, damn, 99-cent store Wi-Fi. I wish it was only 99 cents. I swear to God. Like, I pay enough for it. It should work. But either way, we will figure all these things out. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much for joining in and keeping us going all year, man. It's been a fun year. We'll be back before New Year's is over. We'll tell you even more, how much appreciation we have. But yeah, you guys are great. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. I love it. All right, you guys have a good Christmas. Enjoy yourselves. Hopefully everybody's take some time to appreciate their families and all that. This has been a really hard damn year. Hopefully everybody has survived and made it through. And goodness gracious, we will see you all again next week. For now, though, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Hopefully, we can cash some tickets during bowl season. Thanks for checking out Winning Cures Everything. If you want to keep up with us, hit subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. Visit the website at winningcureseverything.com, or you can like us on Facebook or follow us at Winning Cures, at Gary WCE, or at Chris B. Giannini on Twitter. Share out the show, leave a nice review, and make sure to comment and tweet at